Welcome to the Penguin Magic Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Tate. We have a great show for you this week. We're going to get straight into the main event. My dear friend and two-time world champion of Magic, Mortenn Christiansen, just took first prize in the Parlor Magic category at FISM. His act that begins with his hand stuck in a Pringles can blew the roof off the close-up competition. He's the first person ever to win back-to-back championships in two different categories at FISM, and his success in competition has skyrocketed his career. We discuss competing, how he came up with the act, imposter syndrome, and so much more. I caught up with Mortenn on a video call, and now you get to join our conversation. Mortenn Christiansen, two-time world champion of Magic. Thanks so much for joining me here on the Penguin Magic Podcast. Good to see you, buddy.
You too. Thank you for having me again. Is that a thing? I have to win FISM, so you want to speak to me?
I assumed that was the only reason you entered FISM again, was because you wanted to come back on the show. No, I should.
You're right. That was one of my goals.
You are right. I should have you on more often. You are very funny and charming and good at magic, and it's my bad. I apologize. I commit to you. For our YouTube listeners, we should note you have a bandage on your nose. Everything is fine. Yeah. You just won a fight against RuneClan.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna fight and I won because I always win, Eric. I always win.
On a serious note, we'll get into this. World champion of Parlor Magic. The look on, I was there when they gave the awards out, and the look on your face was priceless.
Yeah.
You didn't expect it, did you?
No, I didn't expect it. I think 8 people have sent me a video of them where they zoom in on my face when they told me I won.
It's an incredible act.
Thank you.
It's you will be posting video of it at some point?
Yeah, I think so. I never posted the previous one because there's a lot of misdirection in it. And then this one, I'm like, no, I should really share it. So I'm waiting. FISM was supposed to give me a video, but yeah, I think
as you and I both know, they will get there eventually.
Yeah.
This is an expansion of the act that you did on Fool Us, correct?
Yes. So if people are interested, they can watch. Like it's the beginning of the act basically on Fool Us. That just came out in April, and we filmed it last August, which is weird because when we filmed it, I just had this bit I thought was funny. Let me do this on the show, and then all that, like the few months after that, was what made the act the act. Because after that, I went on tour with Luis de Matas, and I had to do 2 spots in the show, and I didn't have 2 spots really. Like I had my FISM act from Quebec, and then my friend Ruben Villagrán told me, do the Pringles thing. That's the best thing you got. And I'm like, really? That's the best thing I got? And it just turned out it fooled a bunch of people because I'm this big, silly, dumb guy. You don't expect that I'm more clever than I look.
I can attest to having session with you since we become friends. You are extremely clever. You show me things periodically, and I'm just like, damn, man, thank God you weren't in my category.
Yeah. I try and hide it so they don't see it. So, pretty much after Fool Us, I put this whole act together because it had to be 5-6 minutes for the show, and then and it just kept on building that. Oh, what if I do this and do this and do this and I didn't even expect, like, my plans was not to do FISM again. Like, it's a hard thing to do, and it's stressful and all this, and so if
I guess that's doing it.
Yeah.
The real question is, why did you do it again? I mean, because very few people go back to compete again, especially after they've won first prize in a category.
Yeah. Oh, and since I won, people I respect, people I've worked with, they just said, don't do it again. You're the world champion. You can only lose. And the thing is, I only realized that when I got the trophy. This, like in Italy, I was like, wait, this could have been embarrassing. Like that was my thought. Like, oh my God, I could have lost. Like, not that there's anything wrong with that, because like I like FISM in general, and the people that got second and third place were all amazing and could have won. I didn't expect to win, which you can see on my face. And I've posted that on Instagram if you want to see my big dumb face just melt. But yeah, the thing is, it came about because after Fool Us, and so which was in August, and I had to go on tour with Louis Mattis in December. So between that, I had to make something more than just the opening Pringles bit, which I did on Fool Us.
Mhm.
And then I was working with Nikolai Striebel, who got second place in general with the airplanes, and
Yeah.
Jana Felicitas, and they had an act together, and I was trying to convince them to do Parlor Magic because it's a good category, that it's both stage and close up, and it's just really good category to do. And while trying to convince them, I convinced myself that, oh, it's a really good category, maybe I should do it, and which was in October. And then I went on tour with Lewis, and I tweaked this thing all the time, and kept changing it and stuff. Like, one of the things which you've seen in the act is the card that is freely made
Yes.
is hand embroidered on the inside of my hoodie. And that was just like, oh, what if that could happen, sort of thing. So when I worked with Lewis for one of the shows, I stitched in the Seven of Hearts, and I'm like, oh, one day I'll be lucky, and it turned out I was lucky like a handful of times.
Mhm.
And it was just such a great effect. And one of the times, a bunch of magicians came to the show, some of them competing at FISM in my category, and they were like, "This happens every time," and I was like, "Yes," which it didn't. Like, I was just lying to them, but because it was such a strong trick, I'm like, I need to make this work, and then I made a method, and you saw it twice. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause that the to just say somebody freely names a card and then you perform Paul Harris's Overkill in an incredibly overkill way is very disingenuous to how clever it is. I mean, 'cause there are probably 14 or 15 card revelations in this.
yeah. There's about 10, 12.
It's incredible, and it
Yeah,
is genuinely a freely named card, and it
yeah,
freaks people out how
yeah,
what's going on. I
yeah.
did you submit for invention this time?
No.
You coulda had 2 trophies, man.
Yeah, that's so stupid. They gave them away like to everybody.
Yeah.
No, like, no, because, to be honest, there's not that big of an invention. I think you can look at my act, and I think you're still fooled,
Mhm.
but like when I was there on Fool Us, Penn just coded me the word index, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, sort of,
Mhm.
but which turned out like on Fool Us. I spoke with Teller afterwards. They had
Mhm.
no idea where the index was or how I did it. They just knew there was an index. So I'm like, you owe me a trophy. But
Mhm.
and I think it was the same with FISM. I think people knew, oh, I have some index work, but
Mhm.
they don't know where it is or how I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun. Like, it's so weird. I've been doing this trick with the Pringles can for 10 years, 12
Yeah.
years, since I was like 17, 18. And for me, it was just this dumb trick. I liked the joke, I liked the premise, but and then it like working with people like FISM winners, previous winners, Luis de Matos, all these people, they were fooled, which I had no idea. Lewis had seen me do this like 20 times in his show because he was watching from the wings. And then one day he just casually said, oh, yeah, one day you have to tell me how you do it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, I don't know. What? And so the last day of the tour, like 45 shows in, the technician comes up to me, and he's like, he knows about magic. So he sees the shows from the front every night. So he's seen me do it 45 times. And after the last show, he comes up to me and he's like, okay, that was the last show. I still don't know how you do it. Show me. And I'm like, really? And I showed them, and they were all very nice. I'm like, oh, that's clever. And all of this gave me the confidence to do FISM again, because
Mhm.
my heroes, like Luis de Matos, Nobel Ferret, all these people are like, we're fooled, and it's a good act.
Mhm.
Okay. So
It's
and then I specifically chose Parlor because I convinced myself to do it, but also not. I chose specifically not to do comedy again because I
Mhm.
did not want to lose in the category I am the current world champion in.
Yes.
And also
Yes.
because Artem Shukin was competing and I was scared.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because his act is so funny and so
It's
clever.
so good. And I
Yeah.
worked with Artem for a month, and I helped him make a lot of stuff, and
Mhm.
at a and I had no problem helping with him because I know I'm not in his category. So I made some of the bags he's using. I helped him sew his shirt and all this stuff. And yeah, he was great. He got the top prize in comedy. But he didn't win. So I am technically I'm holding two first prize. Like I'm the current world champion of both comedy and
Yes.
Parlor Magic, which is insane.
It's amazing. And your life changed a lot when you won the comedy thing. And I think that you and I think I'm saying this as a friend, but I think you've often sort of said that, yeah, world champion in comedy. And sometimes I don't think you give yourself enough credit for how deeply fooling and magical your comedy act is. I mean, you know it's good, but it is truly good. It's not just a comedy act. Like they didn't give out a first prize in comedy for like 25 years
Yeah.
because the comedy acts usually weren't that magical and yours was, and that's why it won.
Yeah.
Um, but your life changed a lot after. I mean, like when you
Yes.
first entered, you were just sort of like a guy working in a magic shop who also happened to work for Rune Clan periodically.
Yeah.
But now you and nothing against Pagani Magic. I
Yeah.
love that magic shop. But now you're touring and
Yeah.
you've come to the United States a number of times to lecture and perform.
Yeah.
It's What's
Oh
that
yeah.
experience like for you?
Oh, and I it's not even on purpose that I'm trying like that I'm humble. I just don't understand all this good stuff that keeps happening to me. I'm like
Mhm.
I still don't understand it. Like yeah, 3 years ago changed my life completely. But it's also weird. It's been 3 years because
Mhm.
I loved FISM in Quebec so much. Like I met a bunch of
Mhm.
people. I got the award, but even if I didn't, that was still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, then that was just a way for people to see I did some fun stuff. And but I'd always done that. I just go to conventions, go to Blackpool show a bunch of stuff late at the Ruskin, and now suddenly people wanted to book me, which was nice. And then it's just been 3 years. Like I worked in the magic shop, Piani, which a great shop. I love it so much. I worked there until last October because I like had to quit because I was doing this so much, but I didn't really want to. But it just became too stressful to make sure I'm home Monday morning to do stuff. And like one day I did Mario Lopez had a convention in Spain, and I had arranged my flight so I could get home Sunday night and sleep for 8 hours and then go to work. And then I was in Barcelona airport and we were delayed 8 hours. So when I finally got home, my alarm clock went off and I was like literally when I got home, like, oh, I have to get up and go to work. So she went to the shop and told Stan, my boss, like, I've been awake for days and and I need to sleep. And he was like, no, go home and sleep. No, because when I tell people I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. And of course I was there to work. And I think it was my most productive day ever because I didn't want him to think, ah, he was doing shows with Mario Lopez and he shows up and he's not working as he should. So, it was only because I was getting too busy. I'm like, and I cried and told my boss, like, I think I have
Yeah.
to quit, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I still work with him, like when we have events and stuff, and I go with him to conventions, and yeah, but
I you know what though? It's I get it because, if I ever got so successful that I had to leave Penguin, and I mean, that's not happening anytime soon. Also, like they continue to pay the mortgage on this place, and I get to meet cool people and go cool places because of them. It would be really difficult because sort of the day to day of working in the magic shop and having and being able to like just play with the tricks and the props and the stuff between helping customers it's fun, and it's some of my most creative times are when I'm sort of in the shop or in a shop, because like I have worked in other magic shops before, and it really is where you learn to create.
yeah, and have like the fact that I've been around all that magic for so many years has like just taught me things. I've gotten to like with just the privilege of not buying the tricks to get the methods and just store them in my head for later
Yeah,
and all like that's amazing. But yeah, just seeing what's out there, being in touch with the community, which I love. I'm in this because it's fun. And And so it's a little bit weird that I'm not there every day, and I'm trying to come by and be like, "What's new?" or whatever. But yeah, I've pretty much like been traveling since I quit, and it's hard. And the thing
Mhm.
is, it turns out I don't really like traveling. I might
Oh
be a
no,
little
it's
racist. I don't really want to go.
it's the worst. Traveling is terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. No, it's nice, but also like also really dumb that people are flying me places to do a card trick. Like, yeah, okay, that seems like
I
eh,
I couldn't agree with you more, about some of that stuff. We talked about this a little bit in Turin, but, you've sort of battled imposter syndrome after you won the first one.
all the time. But yes,
And
especially.
for the record, me too, and I didn't even win. I was just 3rd place, as you constantly remind me, but
Yeah,
uh, I think that I talk about being a FISM winner, but I'm very conscious of the fact that I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm just like, "This is just some dumb card trick I invented, like, I'm not better than these people. This is just a stupid thing I do."
yeah.
How have you dealt with it?
Oh, poorly. Uh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, FISM is for me. I competed for
Mhm.
me, like, because I
Yeah.
love the community. I love the idea of working on 8 minutes that fits these criteria. And so when last time when people kept calling me the world champion, like, yeah, but I'm not. Like, there's a lot of better people. I
Mhm,
just fit in this format, and I'm good in that
mhm,
format.
mhm.
So whenever also when lay people like friends of friends have like congratulated me, they always say, "Oh, congratulations on uh, the thing," because
Mhm.
they don't know what to call it. They, "Oh, you won the thing." Like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I won the thing.
Mhm,
Um, so it's not. I don't even use it like business wise. I'm the best in the world. Book me for your event because
mhm.
I don't care. Like
Yeah.
even today, literally today, I got a phone call for booking, just like a standard good gig, house party thing. Fine, but I was like, oh, I don't think I'm good enough. I'm like, oh, I think you should get somebody else. And I legitimately like, had to say, I'll call you back because like at that point I couldn't. I don't know what to say because I don't feel like I'm the best. And
Ugh.
after Quebec last time, I I fully had like a breakdown or like I couldn't handle it. So when I went in Quebec, 2 months after, I think, we had a convention here in my hometown from the shop organized, and we flew in all these musicians that we like good people we wanted to hang out with. So I flew my friend Nick DeFat here. And I love Nick, and we're very close friends, and we set up a show. Like, so we were gonna do 2 shows in the local theater I went to see shows in as a kid. And I was gonna do this with my friend who came all the way from Vegas. Everything was amazing. And literally on that day, I like fully had a breakdown.
Mm.
I was like, I can't go on stage. I can't. I'm not the best in the world. Nick is so much better. He's amazing, by the way. But
I did.
I couldn't. And all the magicians were here. So I think I didn't even change for the show. I was just wearing a t-shirt from the day. And I think I was supposed to do like half hour, 40 minutes. I did 20 minutes. I couldn't be in that thing. And I stopped performing for like half a year because I could not deal with the fact that I'm the best in the world. Like people keep telling me that, and I don't feel like that. And then I spoke with other some winners, like uh, every first place winner I spoke to, like Simon Coronel and whoever, Horadu, Anhalim, all these people. They were like, "Yeah, we felt the same way when we won."
Yeah.
Like it's so much pressure. Um, so slowly, yeah, after 6 months, a year, I got better and I started then I did a lot of stuff in the magic world. I did conventions and stuff where I wasn't scared because we all know what FISM is. And literally, if you don't care, I don't care because it's a thing. Like you and I, we like it. We competed. It's fun. But if you don't care, I don't care.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's I think that the way you said it in the beginning is that you didn't compete to be the best in the world. You competed because it was for you. It was
yeah.
you like this. And I think that's kind of the way I've always competed. I may be a little more brash and uh, sort of braggadocious about my accomplishments, but at the end of the day, it really was just to sort of test myself and give myself these parameters because competing is fun. Uh, I remember reading notes from Rick Merrill and talking about how yes, he won, and he won a Grand Prix, but the thing he took away most from competing was all of the friends he made along the way, and I firmly believe, because if I'd never competed at FISM, I wouldn't be good friends with you, and I wouldn't have stayed up until 2 in the morning at or been backstage at Magic Live just, like, cutting up with Rachel Wax or all
Yeah,
of the dumb stuff that we do together when we see each other,
yeah,
and it's the same with Markobi and Shutagawa and all kinds of other people, is that it's realizing that you just do it for you, and you don't
yeah,
have to live up to any expectation, no matter where you place.
yeah. So yeah, it's just all for me, and because
Mhm,
the thing is, whenever people meet me, I'm doing the same stuff I've been doing for 10 years. And
mhm.
it's weird when I started doing conventions, a lot of people, and they don't, I'm sure they didn't do it to like in a bad way, but there's multiple people I have met before I was the FISM World Champion, and then I meet them
Yes.
again, and they don't realize we've talked before, we've met, I've shown you this trick. Um, but and now they just know my face. Oh, he's the big dumb tall guy from Denmark, and oh, okay. But I the same tricks, like,
Yeah.
and legitimately this year I still don't understand. I just won Parlor Magic because
Mhm,
I think it's a really tough category, and like shooting out one last time, and
mhm.
everybody that's won it like are amazing, and I just won it. Yeah, I just won it with this dumb trick I've been doing since I was 16, 17. But that's not what happened, of course. I know I've reworked it and it's a fine thing and whatever, but it still feels weird that I'm still the same guy. I just now I have the glass trophies and
Well, we
who
we
cares?
both we both know that there is a little known FISM rule that if you pull a glass of orange juice out of your pants, it's an automatic win.
Yeah,
And
yeah. That
and
was why I
that's
did that. Yeah, I didn't think I had all the points. So I'm like, oh, okay, let's do orange juice from the pants. That's
yes.
yeah. No, yeah, I did not know. I was also the thing, I was so nervous. I was way more
Mhm,
nervous this time than in Quebec, because in Quebec I was just like, "Oh, how fun to be at FISM. Oh, okay."
mhm.
And then this time there was a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
Like,
I can
and
imagine.
because I remember in Quebec I just walked out on stage, nobody cared who I was, and then in Italy this time, oh, they cared who I was.
Yeah.
I was so scared, and because of how they did the competition, the judges were on stage, so they could watch closely, and you're so terrifying. And then I did the thing, and I when I walked off stage, I thought I did 4.5 minutes. It was so quick for me.
Yeah.
I did 8.5 because I checked, but and then very quickly in the act, I the microphone pack they put on my belt in the back came loose.
What? I
Yeah,
didn't know this.
no, no. So, and the thing is, it happened multiple times in close up. Markobi's mic fell out too, and
Mhm,
yeah, multiple people had the problem with the when they put the mic pack on the belt, it didn't stay. So I walk on stage. I have no props on stage. I'm very easy to work with. So I walk out and I feel this mic that it's not perfectly on my belt,
mhm.
and one of my hands is in a Pringles can. I don't have the hands to adjust it. I'm like, oh no, and I'm trying to fix it with my one hand while still saying all my lines. Again, luckily for me, all of my bullshit acting is I'm not prepared, I'm nervous. So it worked, and I think it flew by people because the
Mhm.
mic then falls out, and the second it's dangling from my back, I'm like, I've lost FISM. That was it.
Yeah.
Because one
Oh,
mistake, you're not the world champion if you made a mistake. But I'm like, I can save this. And I had Sean Farquhar on stage as a volunteer. So I just back towards him ass first. And I'm like, hello, FISM World Champion Sean Farquhar. Could you put my mic in my pants? And he did that. It was great. And it totally worked in the character of not being ready. Oh, I'm not set up. I'm not this.
mhm.
And then the rest was fine.
Yeah.
But I just came up backstage, threw everything in my bag, and then went out and saw the rest of the competition because
Oh,
then I just
that's
had to get away from it. And the first guy I see was previous world champion card match at 2012, Jan Logeman from Germany. He comes up to
oh,
me and he's like, I loved it. It was so good. I love it. I love it. It was so good. I'm so fooled. I'm so fooled. Unless it was an instant stooge. And I'm like, oh. on the way he changed the tone, he's like, I loved it, unless it was an instant stooge. And I'm like, no, it's not an instant stooge. They can name any card. And then he says, oh yeah, because I thought you could have stooged Sean when he was looking at your mic pack.
Oh, that's so funny. Also, what a great method to
Yeah,
have a mic pack fall off and use that as a way to instant stooge someone.
yeah. And then that was what I thought. I was like, oh, that's so clever just to hide it in a silly, natural mistake they would all forget. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's so clever.
Oh,
And then
it's
multiple people that day came up to me and they were like, "Oh, did you instant stooge?" Because they were fooled. Like maybe they could figure out
yeah.
one index, but they don't know how the rest works. And I'm like, no, I didn't instant stooge. And apparently Sean has a rumor of being a nice guy that if you want to instant stooge somebody, instant stooge Sean because he will play along.
You know what though? Sean sat at the table for me in Quebec,
Yeah.
and he's the quintessential enthusiastic spectator because Sean loves Magic. And
Yes.
so, like, I think he would be a good guy to instant stooge because he loves playing along with it.
Yes.
And because I didn't instant stooge him at all, and I fooled the shit out of him with some stuff because
Yeah.
I got him because he will look where you want him to as the
Yeah.
misdirection.
Oh,
A
he's great, and the fact that he loves Magic, you can feel that in his
Yeah,
performances, but also the fact
yeah,
that he's sitting there all day to watch the competition and help. And then
yes.
afterwards, he was like, and the rumor is he's also willing to lie for you because if instant stooge him, he'll go around and say, no, no, it wasn't instant stooge. Like he'll keep the secret. But I didn't instant stooge him. It would have been much easier, but then less points probably. But I was so worried that that wait, maybe the judges are also fooled. Like why?
Mhm.
What did they think? Because like at one of my test shows before FISM, Wolfgang Moser came up to me and he was like, I'm so fooled, which I shouldn't be because it's you. Like the idea of being fooled by a comedy magician. He was very nice about it. But like and I thought, what if the judges think the same thing? That, oh, that can't happen because he's a funny guy. It must be a stooge. So I was so worried. And then I spoke with some of the stage judges because I couldn't speak with the close-up judges, of course. At one point, Shudagal comes up to me at the convention. He hugs me and he's like, "Oh, how are you doing?" And I said to him, "Oh, I'm so nervous." And he goes, "Oh yeah, you're competing. Bye bye," because he was a judge.
Yes.
So I spoke with some of the stage judges. I'm like, hey, what if they don't know that this is clever, and what if they think? And I was so worried that they would think it was a stooge.
Mhm.
And they were like, no, no, you can go and tell them if you feel like it's an info they need. So I run back to the close-up room, and they're just done. And all the judges are going backstage, and I run after them. And I stop Bill Chung and Howard Wu, and
Mhm.
I'm out of breath. I'm like, just so you know, it's not an instant stooge. If you thought it was an instant. While I'm saying this, I realize,
Yeah.
oh, I've worked with both Bill and Howard Wu. They know it's not an instant stooge. But I was so worried because people
Yeah.
kept saying, because that would be the clearest method.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing an effect where a freely named card is revealed 10, 12 times in impossible ways.
Yeah.
So it has to be a force or an instant stooge, which it's not, which is why I won, I think.
You know what though? To that point, I think that some of the times I have been the most deeply fooled were almost always by comedy magicians. And because I think the comedy magicians are underrated. But, like, think about Matt King. There are so many
Yeah.
I have never seen him pull that rock out of that shoe.
I was about to say that. Yeah, you've
Yeah.
never seen him do any of the moves. Uh,
You've never seen him do any of the moves, right?
yeah,
And it's and I think that that kinda happens over and over and over again because there are some great comedy magicians. Nick DeFont has some deeply fooling stuff, and it's
yeah,
not because he's
yeah,
funny, it's because he's also a great magician.
yeah.
The
And that
list
was
ends
also one.
yeah. The list ends
Yeah,
there. There's no other
the no, no, but I remember
Yeah.
we've talked about this earlier, like the fact that
Yeah.
I wanted like good magic and not parody magic because
Yeah.
I comedy can be funny, but you can do it with good magic as well. Like why sacrifice the tricks? And
Uh,
if a
yeah.
funny performer, why couldn't the trick be good as well?
I th t 2 great examples actually from this FISM are Michael Blemecki's Cups and Balls and Claws is,
Yeah,
like, there's a lot of really fooling stuff in there, but it's also, like, a really stupid premise.
yeah.
And then one of my favorite acts that I've ever seen, not just at FISM, but of all time, was the Blobfish act.
Oh, I didn't see it because he was on the same day as me. So I've just heard rumors. I saw him tech. He's great.
He is amazing, and he's got
Yeah.
these really great moments where where he touches a paintbrush to his tongue, and then he's painting tongues on this, and
Yeah.
it's just and it's funny and weird and
Yeah.
crazy, but also fooling, and
Yeah.
I think that just because something's funny doesn't mean it can't be great magic.
No, exactly. And also I got into magic for one reason, but I got into
Mhm.
performance for another reason. I don't think necessarily just because you're into magic, you have to be into performing or be
Mhm.
good at it for that matter.
Yeah.
So I started performing in comedy clubs with no magic and or with juggling and whatever, because they're two separate things. And then in this case for a FISM act, I've worked really hard on the tricks and the routine because that's what you're judged. They're judging, but also, of course, it has to be funny and engaging and interesting.
Mhm.
And I did a thing. I just came home from Spain, and I did a thing where it's a good card trick. It was part of my FISM act. I did as in another sequence, and if they came out to me after the show and said, "Oh, that was such a good card trick," I would almost be offended because
Mhm.
they should. What they should say is that was so funny. That was entertaining.
Yes.
If you only focus on the trick, you missed what I was presenting.
Yeah.
Um, the trick is just good because that is the excuse for me to be on stage. Like the trick has to work because I've told you guys that I'm a magician, so there has to be a trick. But I'm here to entertain people.
Yeah. I mean, that's so true. The magic that I work on that I want to put on stage, I'm with you that it has to be strong, but it has to have a hook. It has to draw you in. I
Yeah.
don't wanna just do something because just because it's a good trick. I wanna be able to say something and do something interesting
Yeah.
that actually connects us as people.
Yeah, because otherwise I think there's no reason to show magic to people because it's just a puzzle. Look what I can do. You can't do it. And like you have to be friendly and engaging for a magic trick to even be good or interesting. Because
That's why I typically don't enjoy rope tricks.
yeah.
Is because rope tricks are almost never presented in an engaging way. They're almost always presented in a way that just makes me go, it's a puzzle. You've bought a puzzle
Oh
from
really?
a
Yeah,
c" Yeah.
I never thought about why I hated rogue magic, but maybe that's it. Maybe I don't think it's good. It's yeah. But of
Yeah.
course you have and of course you don't have to be a comedy magician, but you have to be, like, engaging, like, public speaking wise or whatever it
Yeah.
is to public speak.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's just, "Here's the thing. Yeah, okay, I don't care." Like, I could listen to like, I'm sure you know this, like, I sometimes just deep dive in whatever YouTube throws at me, and if it's a
Mhm.
documentary about like literally today I watched something about why trampolines are always in a circle or square, and they were like, "Why is a trampoline never a triangle?" And I
Mhm.
watched that. I'm like, "Oh, interesting." I don't care at all, but the
Yeah.
way it was presented to me, I'm like, "Oh, it's good storytelling. It's a nice video. It's great," and I do not care at all. And
But now
I
you
barely
know why.
yeah. And so it could be anything you're presenting, and as long as you're good, like good performers can make in this case, shitty tricks be good because oh, they're good performers. And now we've mentioned Nick a few times. He has
Mhm.
taken stuff where I would be like, oh, really? And made
Yeah.
it good because he's really good at performing.
Yes.
Or and
Yes.
taking one of the things that works. And like I hate the linking rings so much. And
Mhm.
then I've seen performers that like last FISM, Jared Koff did something on stage. I'm like, oh, okay, you made me like it.
Yes. Uh,
Um,
Jared, if you've never seen Jared perform the Linking Rings, he he's actively looking to give that set away. And
yeah.
it is one of the most, like, fascinating pieces of magic to watch because you can tell he's genuinely looking to give away those rings. He
Yeah.
does not wanna do that trick anymore.
And I remember him doing it in Quebec in one of the gala shows, and
Mhm,
he comes out and he's just this one simple guy, nothing fancy, and he has the rings. I
mhm,
remember just being like, "Really? Ugh, we have to see this?" And he
uh-huh,
started talking, he was so engaging, and at
uh-huh,
one point it changes that you can feel he even hates it. He's like,
mm.
"No, it's not
Yeah,
good, but I've been given the secret, and my God, this is not gonna end with me, so
mhm,
somebody takes them," or something. Yeah, something like that. It would like, again, I hate the trick. I think the trick
yeah.
is obvious for lay people as well, but he made it really good.
Yeah.
Um,
So I typically don't like Think a Drink.
yeah,
I typically really don't like it, but I really like what Billy Shuey has done with it, and I
yeah,
really like what Lucy Darling has done with it.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah,
And it has is everything to do with what you're talking about, where it's clever and engaging, it says something, it's interesting, it creates connections between people. Because otherwise, it is just a dumb puzzle that
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
"Cool,
exactly.
you've got a
I
fancy teapot."
Yeah, exactly. And I know what you mean. I spoke with Billy. He was performing the same day as me, and I like Billy. We've met a few times, and he's a really nice guy. And I looked at him, and it's the same feeling somebody has with me of, oh, he's a comedy musician. He's not
Mhm.
good. I was looking at Billy, and I'm like, oh, you're such a nice, calm guy. And I was like, but why am I fooled? Like,
Yeah.
it because I don't know his method, and he won an invention award for it.
Mhm.
But I'm like, it can't be good because it's Billy. Billy, if you're listening, I don't mean that. I like you, and it's a good trick. But but it's just like I was like, "Really? He did something clever?" No.
Mhm. Well, and the thing is, though, is that I think FISM is one of those things that puts people through the ringer and forces the best out of people.
Yeah.
And and that's why we end up in these amazing and interesting, things is because it's I mean, and FISM also is I keep describing it as and having been now a couple times, I don't describe it as the Olympics of magic, I describe it as New York Fashion Week because it is
Yeah.
often magic for magicians that is
Yeah.
done in overly complicated ways because
Yeah. But it's
bec
also like FISM is just very specific. If you look it up,
Mm,
there's 6 criteria they give points for. And 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 I remember getting this tip when I was 15. And I didn't think I was going to compete at FISM ever, but which was if you're going to win a FISM, you need to make an act that'll earn you points in those 6 things.
mhm,
Like there's many magicians we could name that are the best performers, best magicians, but they wouldn't win at FISM because they don't fit in that box of whatever it is. And that's also why, again, I'm not the world's best. I just made something that fits in there. And if you go to FISM and you take it seriously and you make an act that works within this, it's pretty good, but it is for FISM usually.
mhm. Yeah.
And the level you could like, I have looked into FISM so much. Like, first of all, because
Man.
I'm interested in general, but then after I won last time, I really like looked at all the numbers and who has what points and whatever. And this time after FISM, I researched all the winners just to find out weird facts that I'm only the 12th performer to win twice, and I'm the
Mhm.
first performer to win twice in 40 years, and I'm the first performer to win 2 FISMs back to back in different categories. All this stuff because I find it
Mhm.
fascinating.
Yeah.
But if you are interested in going to FISM, make an act that fits those criteria. I I just helped a friend and another one last week. They were like, "Hey, what's a good tip?" And I'm like, "Oh, just
Yeah.
make an act that fits." It's like it's very simple. Like you need to make something original. You need to make something that's fooling, whatever, all this. And then it's
Mhm.
basically very simple.
Yeah.
Not 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 that I'm like, oh, I won and you could like I, but literally if you look at the points,
Yeah.
pretty much all performers has that competes at FISM has the level to receive a prize. They have the level for third place. Because you basically have to. If you have made an act that works for FISM and you're a good performer, you will earn those points.
Mhm.
I remember your points. You had enough points for second, I believe, but got
Yes.
third because somebody else was better. But proving you have the level.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, I find it all this fascinating. What to do, or like the thing is, if I had competed in any other category than comedy in Quebec, I would have lost because everybody else
Yeah.
was points wise better. Like, and if I did Parlor last time, Shooter would have murdered me.
Oh, the point spread in Quebec was insane.
Yeah,
I went back and looked at it because I supported the North American team, and so I
yeah,
did exactly what you did was I started going through history books and looking at the different point spreads and everything, and it was and the Quebec was an unusually strong FISM.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, and I don't say that just because you and I did very well, and we're also both very handsome, and attractive men, but it was just like
yeah,
it because Quebec was the first time that they gave out a first prize trophy in every category in decades.
yeah, yeah.
That just hadn't
That hasn't
happened.
happened in, yeah, in years.
Yeah.
And there were even multiple winners because Shoot tied with Luis Olmedo. No, the Simon Cornell tied with Luis Olmedo, and Artem and Jungwoo Park tied for first. And so a lot of winners. Where compared to this time, only 5 people won. And again, looking at the points,
no second place in mentalism, no first prize in cards. That's extremely unusual.
And so only 5 people had the points, like won, and only 6 people had the points. The Nikolai Stiebel had points to win, but of course Leah Kyle beat him. But I trust the points so much because I know what I'm going into. And I think when people say, oh, they don't like FISM, they don't like competitions, that's fine, because it's a thing that is its own thing you have to be into and feel that those things they judge is important. And so this year when I did the winners gala where we were competing for the Grand Prix, I was so nervous, and it was so weird because in Quebec I was competing against Artem and Laurent Piron and all these great people, and I knew, I'm not gonna win against the living piece of paper.
No one is gonna win against a damn Pixar movie.
So I just when we did the winners gala in Quebec, I was just so happy to be there. The best green room I've been in was everybody became the world champion. Great, thank you for being here. But this time in Italy, I didn't even think, maybe I could win the Grand Prix. And because nobody won in cards, it was literally 50-50. It was me or Ibuki from Japan. And somebody told me that right before the show. They were like, it's only 50-50. I'm like, what? Oh my God, I have a chance. I never thought I would have a chance. What is going on? And I just became so nervous because instead of preparing for the winners gala, I spent an hour getting a tree. So I could do a dumb joke on stage. It was so dumb.
Once a comedy winner, always a comedy winner.
It's side tangent, but there were so many magicians in the stage category, like general and manipulations that had like a tree or some sort of thing as their set. And it just became a running thing. Everybody noticed, all these people have a tree as their prop. So I spent an hour finding whatever, like a big tree. I think we found a big plant in the lobby, and we were like, can we put this on stage? And we got it in like seconds before the curtain opens and there's a tree. And I walk on stage and I just look at it and I'm like, there's so many trees at FISM. This dumb joke, instead of mentally preparing me that, it's 50-50, maybe I could win. And I was like, I won last time. Maybe they think I have a level, and all this. I all got into my head. I was so nervous. And then the second we were on stage, me and Ibuki, and they were gonna announce the Grand Prix. The second we were on stage, I just knew I didn't win. Which was very nice and calming. That I'm like, he's gonna win, because my reaction was when I saw Ibuki for the first time was, he's gonna win.
Oh, yeah, Ibuki. I can't wait for people to see that act. It was,
I really
people kept telling me about it because I was stuck in the dealer's booth.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I saw it and I was like, holy shit stacks. That is
so good.
Yeah.
And I'm fooled, and it was fun. It was original. He won because he made an act that fits what you get the points for. So I knew I lost. And then a few days after FISM, they released the actual points, and I looked at the points, and it is so clear that I should have lost. Like, if they had given me the Grand Prix and I saw the points, I would be like, no, this is not mine, because I trust the points so much.
I completely agree with you, and that's one of the things is, as I have transitioned from a competitor into supporting people and guiding North Americans, I keep hammering home to people, like, you need to understand this point system, because it's not just great magic and great art that wins this competition. It's fundamentally understanding the rule set that you're going into, and what works well at the IBM and the SAM competitions sometimes doesn't work well at FISM, and vice versa.
Yeah, and just would you go and why do you enter? Because I know a few people that in Quebec, Dom Chambers did it as a joke for some show, and it was great. And this year, I met Michael Blumecki, you mentioned, and I'd heard about the act, and I'm like, this is funny. I saw it; he was great, and I was like, you're gonna be booked a lot because it's a good act for convention. Let's see this guy, and then his points were decent, and he got the originality, and all well deserved. But again, I
Mhm.
think without knowing him that well, that he entered to show people what he had,
Yeah.
which what I would do. Like if it's not a FISM winning act, but it's a really commercial good act people would book, it's also the biggest stage to be seen.
100%.
So why
Absolutely.
did you enter?
I I I genuinely entered because I got talked into it. I
Yeah,
never I never thought that I would go, and then Joan Caesar came to me at 4F and said, that act I think might do well at FISM, you should consider entering." 'Cause
yeah.
she was doing what I do now, which is go around and talk idiots
Oh yeah.
into participating
And
in FISM.
you didn't want to do it again in Italy?
So I have said that my competing days are behind me, but I'll be perfectly honest, it has more to do with I don't have the idea.
Mm,
I like
yeah,
because I don't I think that I wanna have the idea and then and then take the idea to FISM, and that's
yeah,
just I'm not creating competition style pieces right now. I'm creating longer form stuff. I've got my like, I'm about to go to Nashville's House of Cards for a week, and I'm
yeah.
excited about some stuff that I'm doing there.
But
Uh,
you didn't think to like just polish it a little more and then enter again? A lot of people have done that where they get a third or second and then they do it again.
I after I
Like
was done at FISM, I was
yeah.
happy to be done performing the act.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know what you
Uh
mean.
And it's not it doesn't work well with the rest of the other stuff that I create. There's actually,
Yeah.
like the Penn and Teller version actually works better with in the flow of my normal show versus the FISM act because
Yeah.
of all of the things that go into it that make it a FISM act.
Yeah.
And so I've actually after FISM, I've only performed it at Magi Fest,
Yeah.
Blackpool, and in China. Those are the only
Oh,
places I've performed it.
really?
I still can do it, and I
Yeah.
practice it because 'cause I'm writing it up, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like my FISM act from Quebec, I'm still doing, I still love it. But this act, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm done with it. I'm because
Yeah.
it literally came in October where I started putting it together. I'm like, oh, okay. And
Yeah.
that's when I get the video. I'll probably put it out. But oh yeah, but it's interesting. Yeah, yeah. You could have competed, and I think you would have. Yeah, you had the points for second, and yeah.
I
Nobody won. It could have been you, Eric. It could have been you. Uh, but
it's
like
also
it's wild that
Mhm.
it's happened so many times that people come back, they get second or third, and they come back and they win.
Mhm.
Uh, and like stage Grand Prix, Francesco de la Bona got third last time in Quebec, and now he got the Grand Prix. I'm like,
Yeah.
he worked, and he's amazing, and I have worked with him multiple times, and he's great. And just see him like really just polishing this thing,
Mhm.
and now he's got the Grand Prix, and yeah, nice.
Well, maybe, I see what you're doing. I've done this to people. I
Yeah.
see what you're doing trying to convince me to go to
No,
Korea.
but the thing is, I legitimately thought I would never
Mhm.
compete. I have done competitions like the Scandinavian Nordic Championship. I remember
Mhm.
I won and did the whatever I did at the time, and I
Mhm.
legitimately threw it in the trash after because I
Yeah.
didn't want to travel with it. I'm like, "Oh, done."
That's
It's like
that's the
I
thing
know the
about
feeling of not
my
wanna compete.
my card act, I had to take a bloody table with me. I don't wanna get booked for close up and have to bring the
Ah,
whole damn
this
table.
this is so funny you mentioned this. So the thing is, I did stage last time with the comedy act, and all
Yeah.
the props it's right behind me. It's a chair, and it's a shoebox full of props like cards and lemons.
Yeah.
So it's not that much. It's a folding chair that can go in my luggage. And then this time when I did Parlor, which is technically close up, I had much more stuff, even though you
Yeah.
can't see it. But the hoodie I'm wearing, yeah, I'll tell people this. The hoodie I'm wearing is very heavy. Like there's a lot of stuff in that hoodie. And it just looks like it's a hoodie. Who
Yeah.
cares? So doing close up, like yeah, I had way more props. And the thing is, so I didn't think I was going to compete again, and then my buddy Rune Clan told me just before FISM, he was like, "Hey, I think it's great you're competing because you're good at making FISM acts." And I'd never really thought about, oh yeah, I don't have to stop just because I won, because if I'm good at it, why not do it? I don't care
Yeah.
about winning. I care about making a fun piece of
Yes.
whatever and showing to people. And yeah, I'm just happy I won. That's great. And I would have been happy with any prize or not a prize at all because people liked it. And then I realized, oh, I'm not gonna stop. And I
Mhm.
am definitely going to compete in Korea next time.
Excellent. I
Uh,
you know, I'll never say never, but I have the same thought process as you, is if I wanna compete again, it's gonna be for me, and I don't care if I win. I wanna go measure whatever I'm creating against other people, but also I wanna share this thing that really only works in this environment.
Yeah. And also about the thing of doing close up. So the thing I thought about doing next year, next
Mhm.
time, I think I'm gonna do card magic, and the idea I have right now requires me to travel with a table and a chair.
Excellent.
So I'm taking even more props, doing a smaller category.
I I hope you win in cards and are handcuffed to that act for 3 years so you can experience my pain as a card magician traveling with a table and chair.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just like there's still like 3 years, but I
Mhm.
am already looking into like, oh, okay, folding tables and how light are they? Because the table for the method I came up with needs to look and do certain things,
Mhm.
which doesn't really work well if the table also has to be practical and fold and fit in a suitcase.
I will give you a hint. The best way to transport a table overseas, piano cases. Just
Oh,
design the table to fit in a piano case.
yeah. Oh, I should. Yeah, I need to look into that. And like, I have 3 years to figure it out. But yeah, last like 2 weeks ago, I went to IKEA to buy the simplest chair they had. So I'm like, oh, can I screw this apart and can I build this into this? And
Mhm.
it's just again, it's like my act this year. It is overkill what I'm gonna do for those methods. They're not gonna think, did he build a chair for that? Uh,
Yes.
yeah. So
Yes.
that's
Yes, he did because he's Morten Christensen.
yeah, and I'm gonna keep doing that. Just what like it's overkill. Everything I do is just overkill. But for now it works.
Morten, thanks so much for joining me here on the podcast. I know it's late over in Denmark. Thanks for staying up to chat with
Of
me,
course,
and I
thank
look
you for having me.
of course, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk again in 3 years, Eric, when you have the time for me.
Well, you got to win if you want to be back on the podcast. You got to win again. So it sounds like it's
Ah,
cards in Busan.
oh, so yeah, but then I'm gonna make an effort because I really want to do this again.
Take care, buddy.
Thank you. Bye.
That's going to do it for this week, kids. Thanks so much to Morten for being on the show, and thanks to you for listening. Next week, I will be in Nashville at the House of Cards, and I have some fun new gimmicks I'm playing with. Also, it has been confirmed that on Saturday, September 6th, I will be lecturing for the Nashville Magic Club. I'll be talking restaurant magic, card tricks, and a whole bunch of fun stuff. I'm looking forward to hanging out with all the Penguin fans in Nashville next week. As always, we're a weekly podcast, so be sure to like and subscribe as well as share your favorite episodes on the social media platform you're finding 3D fidget toys to print. If you wanted to reach out to me about anything on this week's show, you'll have to slip it into the reels and reels of filament that I am 3D printing right now. I have had some ideas and now I'm back in CAD designing some wild stuff for Magic. I can't wait to share them with you. But if bringing crazy thoughts out of your brain and into reality isn't your cup of tea, you can always hit me up on Instagram at Eric Tate. That's at ERIKTAIT. From me and everyone else here at the P3 Magic Studios, practice, practice, perform.